Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel where math is made simple and fun. Today we're diving into a very important geometry topic, area and perimeters of rectangles, squares and triangles, and also how to find missing sides when you're given either area or perimeter. So grab your notebook and let's go. Let's start with rectangles. A rectangle has opposite sides equal and four right angles. Here is an image of a rectangle. A rectangle can also be called a two-dimensional shape because it has two dimensions which are length and width. Now, to find the perimeter of a rectangle, perimeter simply means adding up all the sides. That is the length of all the sides combined. That's the perimeter. And there's a simple formula to find the perimeter of a rectangle. It is simply 2 multiplied by the length plus the width. So you add up the length and the width and you multiply it by 2. Then, to find the area of the rectangle, which is simply the amount of space inside of the shape. To find the area of this rectangle, all you have to do is to multiply the length by the width. Now let's try out some examples. Example 1. What is the perimeter and area of a rectangle 8 centimeter long and 5 centimeter wide? Here, the rectangle has a length of 8 centimeter and it has a width which can also be called breadth of 5 centimeter. So first, to find the perimeter, all we have to do is to apply the formula, which is 2 multiplied by the length plus the width. Now, that's just simply 2 times 8 centimeter plus 5 centimeter. So, applying our BODMAS rule, we have to solve the one in the bracket first. So that's 2 multiplied by 8 centimeter plus 5 centimeter is 13 centimeter. So 2 times 13 centimeter will just simply be 26 centimeter. So this is the perimeter of the rectangle. Now, to find the area of the rectangle, area is just simply the length multiplied by the width. That is 8 centimeter multiplied by 5 centimeter, which is 40 centimeter squared. That's the area of the rectangle. Let's try another example. If the area of a rectangle is 60 centimeters squared and the length is 10 centimeter, what is the width? So here we have been given the area already and we're given the length and we're told to find the width. There's a very simple way to do this. To find the width, it is just simply the area divided by the length. This formula also applies when you want to find the length. To find the length, it will just simply be area divided by width. But here we want to find the width. So how do? We simply say 60 centimeters squared divided by 10 centimeter, which simply gives us 6 centimeter. So the width of this rectangle is just simply 6 centimeter. Let's try out another example. If the perimeter of a rectangle is 30 centimeter and the length is 8 centimeter, what's the width? So in this example, we're given the perimeter of the rectangle and we're also given the length and we're told to find the width. To do this, there's a simple formula for this as well. To find the width, it is just simply the perimeter divided by 2 minus the length. This formula also applies when we want to find the length. To find the length, it will simply be perimeter divided by 2 minus the width. So here, since we are looking for the width, we just simply say the perimeter, which is 30 centimeter, divided by 2 minus the length, which is 8 centimeter. And 30 centimeter divided by 2 is simply 15 centimeter minus 8 centimeter, which simply gives us 7 centimeter. So therefore, the width of this rectangle is 7 centimeter. Now let's talk about area and perimeter of a square. A square is just a two-dimensional shape that has all the sides equal. So it is two-dimensional, but all the sides of a square are equal. So we refer to each side as just sides. Now, to find the perimeter of a square, because it has four equal sides, it's simply the addition of all the sides. But in short form, all you have to do is to multiply the side by 4. So instead of adding up the side 4 times, just multiply it by 4. That's how to find the perimeter of a square. Don't forget to say perimeter is the distance around the square. That is the distance around the shape. That is addition of all the sides of the shape. So using this formula will help you get the perimeter of a square easily. Or to find the area, that would just simply be the side multiplied by the side. Or you can even say the side squared. That is, you can even square the side. You know the square of something is just that thing multiplied by itself. Okay, let's try out some examples. Example 1. What is the perimeter and area of a square if one side is 6 centimeters? So first, if I want to find the perimeter of the square, which is the sum of all the sides, I will just simply multiply the sides by 4. So I'll say 4 multiplied by 6 centimeters. That just simply gives us 24 centimeters. And that's the perimeter of the square. And if I want to find the area, which is simply the side multiplied by itself or the side squared, this will just simply be 6 centimeters multiplied by 6 centimeters, which is 36 centimeters squared. Let's try out another example. If the area of a square is 49 centimeters squared, what is the length of the side? So in this example, you were given the area of the square already, and you are told to find the length of the side. Like, what does the side represent? To do this, to find the side or the length of the side, when you are given the area of a square, it is simply the square root of the area. To find the length of the side, when you are given the area, all you have to do is to find the square root of the area. So in this case, the square root of 49 centimeters squared. So square root just simply means, what is that number that if I multiply twice, it will give me 49? That's 7, because 7 times 7 is 49. So the square root of 49 is just 7 centimeters. And that's the answer to the question. Example 3. If the perimeter of a square is 32 centimeters, what is the length of the side? So in this example, we are already given the perimeter of the square. We are only told to find the length of the side. There is also a simple formula to do this. So if you are given the perimeter and you are told to find the length of the length of the side will just simply be the perimeter divided by 4. Now, our perimeter here is 32 centimeters. So if I divide that by 4, 32 divided by 4 simply gives us 8 centimeters. So the perimeter of the square would just simply be, the length of the side, would just simply be 8 centimeters. Now let's talk about the area and perimeter of a triangle. A triangle is a three-sided shape that has a height and a base. To find the perimeter of a triangle, you just need to add up the three sides. That gives you the perimeter, because perimeter simply means the addition of all the sides. So A plus B plus C just simply means the addition of the three sides. And to find the area of a triangle, it is half multiplied by the base multiplied by the height. So half multiplied by the base multiplied by the height. Let's try out some examples. What is the perimeter of the shape below? So we have a triangle that has three sides, and we want to find the perimeter of this shape. All we have to do to find the perimeter will just simply be the addition of all the sides. That is 6 centimeters plus 7 centimeters plus 5 centimeters. So my perimeter will simply be 6 plus 7 is 13, and 13 plus 5 is 18 centimeters. So that's the perimeter of that triangle. Then another example says, if a triangle has a base of 10 centimeters and a height of 4 centimeters, find the area of the triangle. So to do this, we just apply the formula for area of triangle. So area is simply half multiplied by the base multiplied by the height. That is 1 over 2 multiplied by 10 centimeters over 1 multiplied by 4 centimeters over 1. If I multiply all the numerators, 1 times 10 times 4, that's just 40 centimeters squared, divided by 2 times 1 times 1, That's 2. So 40 divided by 2 is simply 20 centimeter squared. So this is the area of that triangle. Practice time. Grab a pen and a piece of paper and try out these practice questions. I would love to see your answers in the comments below. The person with the all correct answers will be pinned at the top of the comments. Awesome work today. You've learned how to calculate area and perimeter of rectangles, squares, and triangles, and even how to find missing sides. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Thanks for watching, and remember, math is power. See you in the next video.